Michael Jordan and Craig Hodges in the backcourt for the Chicago Bulls. Doug Collins is their head coach. The New York Knicks will go with the same starting five they've been employing, with Charles Oakley, the former Bull, and Johnny Newman at forward. Patrick Ewing is the center, and Mark Jackson and Gerald Wilkins the guards. Rick Pitino, 36 years old. Doug Collins at 37. So today we're watching the two youngest coaches in the NBA in action to see who gets the 2-1 lead. Ewing with two outstanding games. The officials working today: Earl Strong, Dick Bavetta, and Tommy Nunez. The Knicks are in blue. The Bulls are in white. Chicago won all 3 games at the stadium this year, and the Knicks won the 2 at the Garden. So Chicago won the season series 3-2. They're going to jump it again. Bill Cartwright, who was a backup to Patrick Ewing last year with the Knicks. Now those two centers oppose each other, and the tip controlled by New York. Hubie?
The Knickerbockers will probably try to get Johnny Newman or Patrick Ewing off early, and the reason for that is that they feel that they can score and get the shots that they want.
Mark Jackson misses a 3. Fighting inside was Oakley, lost it out of bounds. Mark Jackson was critical of the fans after he took a wild 3 in game number 1, and he said it was like rats leaving a sinking ship. He apologized for that. He says, they know me, I'm one of them. And he wanted to set the record straight, but Mark Jackson is a New Yorker, and he made some comments that he took back. Craig Hodges off a screen. Oakley the rebound. Lead pass Wilkins. And Jordan the rebound, and here he comes. Michael Jordan. Not only were those 15 points in game 2 a career playoff low, also a season's low for Michael, who scored 34 in the first game, but really set everyone else up on his team.
The transition defense is so critical today because not only is Michael Jordan almost unstoppable in the open floor, but Gerald Wilkins can cover the ground, and Mark Jackson is a terrific passer in picking out key people.
Oakley on a fine pass from Wilkins beat Grant. It was Grant with a big edge on Oakley in game 1, and they turned it around in the second contest. Trap. The Knicks trapping Scottie Pippen, and Hodges saves it. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Jordan again. Grant walked.
In today's game, every time that the Knicks double team whoever has the basketball on the wing, once they pass out of that trap, the big people must get to the front of the rim for the easy catch and a dunk. Now that should have been a 2-point situation.
Rick Pitino said the Knicks' combination of offense and defense in the second game on Thursday was the best they've had all year. Ewing is doubled and is fouled. And it'll be against Scottie Pippen. Foul trouble always looms large with the Chicago Bulls because they do not have a deep bench.
Right, they need Grant and Michael Jordan as well as Scottie Pippen to be out there 38 to 40 minutes.
And Craig Hodges, if they lose him on fouls, he's their only real reliable long-range shooter. 9 on the clock. Nearly 2 minutes elapsed in the first period. Johnny Newman strong to the basket. Ewing follows it up.
In this game, Patrick Ewing is the only legitimate shot blocker. So what you're going to be seeing is a lot of people attacking the basket. Now the Knicks are showing you a trap right now. 1-3-1. Corners are open.
Hodges is open, misses from the corner, and a foul called against the Knicks.
Mark Jackson on a loose ball push-off on Grant, Dick. Against the half-court traps, even on the side out of bounds, the Knicks will be trapping the first pass in, and that will open up the corners for the Bulls.
Cartwright working against Ewing. Ewing makes the block. And a foul is called against Ewing. This is just the first half of a big NBA playoff doubleheader today. Coming up later this afternoon from Oakland, it'll be the Golden State Warriors against the Phoenix Suns. Game 4 of their series, with the Suns leading Golden State 2-1. So Ewing and Jackson have each picked up personal fouls. Cartwright makes the first.
The Chicago Bulls realize that they must go into Cartwright early, make Patrick Ewing play Billy, and if he just forces him to shoot, Billy must shoot a high percentage.
They're going to take another free throw. There's a lane violation against the Knicks, spotted by Earl Strom. So here's Cartwright again, and Cartwright has a most unorthodox style from the free throw line and when he shoots, and he says it's just something he developed that he's comfortable with.
Well, through his career, he's been a consistent 78% foul shooter, but in this series, he's only shooting 66 from the line.
Bulls as a team have shot well from the free throw line. Once again, Wilkins with a good entry pass. Newman, it's still... Now they change it. It's Chicago ball. Earl Strom first pointed for New York, but Wilkins has made 2 good entry passes thus far.
See, the Knicks are very tough in here today, Trap, and they're doing it on every single dead ball.
Jordan has the ball taken away momentarily by Wilkins and then gets it back. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Jackson nearly picked off that pass. Jordan, three.
The key to beating the Traps is not the first pass, it's the second pass. And you must take advantage of the mismatches because the Knicks will always be scrambling.
Ewing trying to get Cartwright in foul trouble, misses a layup. Taken down by Grant. Under 9 minutes to go. The Bulls lead the Knicks 5-4 here. And of course, they're not trapping Jordan now, but when they do, it'll be interesting to see how he gets out of it, either by passing or dribbling through.
There was the trap. Anytime he's on the side.
And Oakley gets called. No, illegal defense. Make it an illegal defense against New York. They're first. It's a warning.
Well, the Knicks are susceptible to that, Dick, because they're constantly trying to double team Jordan, and then once he passes the ball, scramble to the next closest guy. Doug Collins told us yesterday, in game 1, they played a perfect game, found all the free people. But in game 2, they missed the mismatches.
Cartwright was trying to get the pass to Pippen. He thought Bill was going to shoot, wasn't looking, and the ball is thrown away. And so the Knicks with a chance to take the lead.
Cardinal rule of basketball, always know where the ball is until it is shot.
Ewing, now Newman in three-point territory. Pippen batted it away. It's still Knicks ball.
Both coaches very happy with the aggressiveness of their frontline people at both ends of the floor. They're really going after one another.
The Knicks were very aggressive at the start of game 2, unlike their performance at the start of the first game. Jackson all the way in with a layup. The Knicks only their 3rd basket in 10 tries. They lead 6-5 despite the fact that they're shooting 30%.
See, the pick and roll is a big play today for the Knicks because they can get into the lane area and attack the basket. Chicago, no shot blockers, so you can get down in there and get a good high percentage shot.
Pippen is looking inside, but Ewing pushes Cartwright away, and Pippen found a lane. Reminded you a lot of Michael Jordan when he finds an opening.
He came in from the balcony that time.
Where there is standing room only. And in this arena, like Boston Garden, one of the great old houses of basketball, the second balcony overlooks the court in a very intimate fashion.
Everything echoes here.
Steal. Pippen. Knicks are back on the fence. Tipped up and in. Scottie Pippen. He's active, and he was not in game 2, so he's come out strong here.
That's what we said about that transition defense today. Both clubs will be tested. We really have some good open floor people here who can end the break.
Ewing working against Cartwright. Fine shot by Ewing going to the baseline, and Patrick now has 4 points. Pippen beat Johnny Newman down court. Bad defensive play by Newman. And Pippen has scored 3 in a row, and a foul called against Chicago.
See, Scottie Pippen feels he can take Newman. Watch how he attacks this rim right now. Any time that you're playing against only one shot blocker, you want to go strong. Here he is here, playing with plenty of confidence and taking it right to the hole and then following it up.
Horace Grant committed the personal foul. We'll come back with the Bulls leading the Knicks by 3.
These are the looks of McDonald's salads, iceberg fresh looks, radish striped looks at McDonald's. Carrot orange, tomato reds, cucumber cool, fashion fresh, sauce fresh all day. Take your pick, chef, garden, or chicken salad oriental. Garden fresh, fresh, fresh. Ooh, yes. Looking good and tasting good at McDonald's. Now try McDonald's salads with 3 new salad dressings. Caesar, creamy peppercorn, and reduced calorie red French. They're sure to taste as good as they look.
Renters, insure your boxer shorts from lightning, theft, fire, and more. Renter's Insurance covers things like VCRs and TVs, too. Renter's Insurance, another reason you're in good hands with Allstate.
To understand Hong Kong, you have to understand its customs, its mystery, its people. You have to know what makes a good impression and what offends. For over 40 years, we've been learning about Asia. So in addition to convenient daily service to Hong Kong, we can give you something no other U.S. airline can. The knowledge that comes after 40 years of helping people do business in Asia.
Renters, insure your pajamas from fire, theft, explosion, and more. Renter's Insurance covers things like computers and stereos, too. Renter's Insurance, another reason you're in good hands with Allstate.
It takes special people to make special music, baby.
Amber.
Salute.
Betty. Falling in Love. Wise Guy. Wednesday at 10.
One big advantage for the Knicks has been the combined play of Johnny Newman and Kiki Vandeweghe. They've accounted for a third of the New York total points, but let's not forget Chicago's small forward, who probably wants to make a statement today, Hubie.
In a sequence coming up here right now, this is after a score. Watch how Chicago jumps out of bounds. Keep an eye on Scottie Pippen running this outside lane. You see the pass comes to Michael. Michael being unselfish now. Catch this. Look at that grab right there. And now watch him as he attacks Patrick Ewing on the catch. He still must have, what, presence of mind to come up on the other side of the rim and lay it in.
Scottie Pippen, a starter this year, along with Horace Grant. The two are inseparable away from the court. They have just about every meal together on the road. Two second-year players starting for the Bulls. Young team, under 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Johnny Newman goes around Grant. Hodges picks up the loose ball. The Bulls are up by 3. Hodges has not attempted a shot yet. Cartwright, great pass from Craig Hodges, set it up, and the Bulls are on an 8-2 run.
Remember, but Hodges being such a great outside threat, you must honor him on the break, and if he'll give it up, that's trouble.
Newman looking inside for Ewing. Ewing has scored 4 of the Knicks' 8 points. Short with it. Rebound Cartwright.
If you notice early, Cartwright is pushing Ewing to the baseline, not letting him get into the lane.
Now Trent Tucker in the game is guarding Michael Jordan. That's the first substitution for the New York Knicks. Both Wilkins and Tucker have done good jobs on Jordan thus far in the playoffs. Open is Hodges. Here's the 3. Not that time. Ewing gets the rebound as the Knicks trail by 5. Hodges is guarding Mark Jackson. Oakley posting up against Grant, who already has 1 personal foul. Ball stripped away by Oakley. Jordan. But there's Pippen. And Scottie Pippen is hustling 94 feet in this first quarter. He's everywhere. Hodges for 3.
It's there, though. The main thing, you know it's there. He's been open 3 times.
Now the Knicks are settling it down. Mark Jackson into the paint. Newman will try a 3, and Cartwright the rebound. Both teams have had opportunities here, but as you point out, Pippen has been open, and the Bulls are passing the ball well. Pippen from the baseline, and Scottie Pippen has 8 points for the Chicago Bulls.
Rick Pitino is a little nervous now because Michael Jordan is finding the free people with impeccable passing.
Just like he did in Game 1.
Cold filtered. Never heat pasteurized. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth, real draft beer taste, the world is a very cool place. So tap into the cold. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
There's a new tire on the road, the Firestone FR 721. It beats our bestseller ever, the famous 721, in several key performance areas. This new design means even longer wear, better wet traction, and a quiet ride. All at a really great price at your Firestone retailer now. So you better get rolling. The new FR 721. Price, quality, and performance rolled into one.
Hey guys, look who's here.
It's Mr. Most Likely to Succeed.
Hi, Steve. Nice truck.
Bet it cost him a mint.
Nah, it's a Ford Ranger XLT. It has power steering.
So does my Toyota Deluxe.
But my Ranger adds fuel injection, stereo cassette, anti-lock rear brakes, 660 powertrain warranty.
Okay, but who paid less?
I did.
Get 2.9% financing or up to $750 cash bonus on 89 Ford Ranger. Tuesday.
I want to be in a combat unit.
Malcolm Jamal Warner gets more than he bargained for. An explosive season finale. Tour of Duty, Tuesday.
When you get to this point in the playoffs, motivation is a major ingredient. And this morning, Doug Collins was taking no chances with Michael Jordan. He showed him a piece of tape from Thursday night's game, a game in which Jordan struggled. Mark Jackson made a steal, and when he came back down, stuck his tongue out a la Michael Jordan. He was mimicking him. He said, you shouldn't do that to Michael Jordan. He says Jordan's going to come back today. Well, he has. He scored 4 of the first 5 points with several assists. Dick?
All right, Tim. Kiki Vandeweghe, who has shot a blistering 14 of 17 from the field. That's 82% in the 2 games. Has now come into the ball game, replacing Johnny Newman, who leaves the game after going 0 for 5. So let's see if the Knicks' small forward advantage continues. In Vandeweghe in there now. Tucker misses from the corner. And the rebound by Scottie Pippen. 15-8 the Bulls lead.
Oh, my. Oh.
Bulls on a run here with 4.5 to play in the first period.
See, the Bulls are taking too long a period of time getting into their plays the last 3 times
3
down.
seconds on the shot clock. 1 second, and just in the nick of time, does Cartwright lay it in. Cartwright has 5. Second to Pippen's 8. And a 9-point lead now for the Chicago Bulls. They came from 12 points down in the 4th quarter to send the game into overtime in the series opener. And Oakley gets in on Grant and gets the basket and the foul on Horace Grant.
On this catch, watch Billy Cartwright throw the fake, making Ewing commit himself, and now all it is send it home.
Mismatch with Tucker, the only man back. Meanwhile, the Bulls have a concern as Horace Grant has picked up his 2nd personal, and Charles Davis, a steady veteran who led the Bulls in rebounding with 9 on Thursday night, replaces Grant. So that's not good for Chicago because he is their chief man off the glass.
Not only is there a big drop-off in size between Grant and Davis. Davis has primarily been a small forward in this league, and now you're losing your best rebounder in Horace Grant.
Question is, can the Knicks take advantage? There is Phil Jackson, the defensive guru of the Bulls, on the sideline talking with Horace Grant. Kiki Vandeweghe is guarding Pippen. Jackson now matched with Jordan. Tucker on Hodges.
Legal defense.
And that'll be a technical foul against the Knicks. That's their 2nd violation. And Rick Pitino shakes his head. You know, earlier this year, Rick Pitino was fined and ejected after he did not leave the arena. It was in Chicago. This is one of the few arenas where you walk down the stairs to the dressing room. Well, he hung around the stairs and was sending a messenger back to the bench. And the Chicago television crew gladly showed everyone what he was doing.
Why did they do that?
He sent some messages, and so I don't think Rick will get ejected, but I don't think there'll be a message from Garcia today.
Well, just remember, in this game, you get a zone violation if you just stay by yourself. If you're going to double team, you got to come right away.
Jordan. Michael Jordan, 3 for 4 from the field. Keep in mind, he missed 4 of his first 5 in the first period on Thursday, and a 9-point Chicago lead. Ewing looking for the ball and wanting the ball. Now Oakley sets up. Vandeweghe. Not that time. Tip, though, controlled by New York. Jackson with a runner in the paint. Gets the rebound. Knicks with another chance. Under 3 minutes remaining in the opening period. Jackson, Jordan. Knicks a little out of control offensively there in that sequence. Great bounce pass, Jordan to Davis. A textbook bounce pass to the cutter.
When he passes, he just delivers the ball. Everything is very simple. He puts no mustard on anything. He just makes the plays.
He's making the others look good today thus far. Vandeweghe's pass behind Oakley. Davis was there, and they'll call the foul against Charles Davis. He pushed.
Watch Michael Jordan come through here now and split the double team with that shot. Now this is that gorgeous bounce pass, just a little change of a head, looking one way to take the defense and then making the play.
Michael Jordan is going to get a rest, and Doug Collins has to really be judicious in how he rests his superstar, John Paxson, who helped his confidence with 16 big points on Thursday, replaces him. Ewing misses, Pippen the rebound. The Bulls by 11. Pippen, by the way, with 5 rebounds to go along with his game-high 8 points. Winding down to the 2-minute mark in the opening period. Hodges off the screen. Tucker. Now we have under 2 minutes. The Knicks have missed 8 of their last 9 shots. Tucker open for a 3, and he buries it, and the New York Knicks get the first 3-point basket of the game.
Tucker has really been struggling coming into this game. He's only shooting 33% in the playoffs.
There's the trap on Hodges. The Knicks will like the trap, especially with Jordan on the bench. Paxson misses it, and here come the Knicks, trying to cut the lead with a minute and a half remaining. Kiki Vandeweghe in the corner. So he missed his first, hits from his second shot.
See, the second unit is pressing on every score or dead ball. They're trying to force this unit that's on at the end of the quarter and the beginning of the next quarter into a speed-up style of play.
And that means the Bulls have less time in the front court to execute their offense. Sidney Green in there, along with Tucker, Ewing, Vandeweghe, and Jackson. Ewing and Jackson are the only starters in there. 6 on the shot clock. You watch the 24-second clock. Running down now. Hodges with a wild shot and hits it. A 2-point basket with Tucker in his face.
I see what they have to do now. Hodges needs 3 guys on him in order to score today. If he's wide open, he should pass up the shot.
And Doug Collins, who admits he's an emotional, excitable head coach. With under a minute to go. The Bulls by 8. Their biggest lead was 11. No question, the Knicks' second unit is stronger than the Bulls. Vandeweghe will go to the line and shoot 2. And the question is, can the bench make a difference in this game and series?
Well, if you're playing Vandeweghe or Newman in this game, Dick, you cannot allow them to continue to get into the lane area. If they are going to beat you off the dribble, you must send them to the baseline because it's easier for you to come, rotate, and trap these people and keep them with a lower shot percentage.
Pippen with 8 points goes to the bench with 2 personal fouls. He's replaced by Brad Sellers, the 7-foot outside shooter. And the Knicks have replaced Mark Jackson with Rod Strickland.
This guy on the foul line is death during the playoffs. Throughout his entire career, he's an 87% foul shooter, but at playoff time, over 90.
He has scored many years well into the 20s. Kenny Walker also in the game. He makes things happen. A very pesky defensive player, tough rebounder. Cartwright looking for help on the trap. Paxson can't give it to him. Strickland's done a good job on him. Now Paxson is free. Sellers would not go up with the shot after Green left his feet.
People wanted him to take it off the dribble to the basket. That's what he should have done that time.
Sellers now takes a shot from farther out than the one he had before. Misses. Cartwright kicked away. New clock, 12 in the period, and Cartwright fires it up quickly, and the Knicks can get the last basket. Rod Strickland, with 3 seconds to go, lays it in with 1 second to go. And here's the trap with a second left. The Knicks have come within 4 points with a threat, and Rod Strickland, who a year ago would have been a senior at DePaul here in Chicago, turned pro and had a fine rookie year with the New York Knicks. 1 period gone. The Bulls are in front.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
The Honda lawnmower. It was first with a blade brake clutch that stops the blade without stopping the engine. First with a maintenance-free automotive-type shaft drive. And first with an easy-starting overhead valve engine. It's no wonder this is the first lawnmower good enough to be a Honda.
Time to go, boys. You've been in there long enough.
Hey, we're not even tired. I feel good.
So I've checked the mileage, Andy.
Hey, where are the auto lights? We're guaranteed.
Guaranteed?
I feel good. Yeah, 2 years no matter how far we go.
But no spark plug guarantees that.
We do. Yeah, we're the auto lights.
Right.
So go pull the plug on somebody else.
Okay.
The Warriors will run. Garland all the way to Mullen. Oh, what a shot! They're stuck to the head to Bailey. Oh, my! Barkley, another rebound. From behind and back. Unbelievable. Here it comes with Slippy on the run. He's got Paxson to beat. Oh, he made the shot! Holy cow, what a shot Slippy made!
CBS Sports' continuing coverage of the 1989 NBA playoffs is sponsored by American Airlines. Something special in the air. Fram, Bendix, and Autolite, which are all quality products of Allied Signal. And by the heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the 1989 NBA playoffs, covered on CBS Sports. We've completed one period here at Chicago Stadium with the Bulls leading the Knicks 24-20. Out west, the Lakers have a commanding 3-0 lead over the Seattle Supersonics. Phoenix is leading 2-1. 6-0 are the Lakers' record in the playoffs. James Worthy is having a tremendous postseason. Lakers 1 game away from eliminating Seattle. Meanwhile, later this afternoon, the Golden State Warriors will look to even their best of 7 to 2 games apiece against the Phoenix Suns. A lot of ways to look at the end of that first period, that 9-2 with the second unit and trapping unit as you see now. But Michael Jordan was on the bench for that 9-2 run by the New York Knicks. And he's back in there as we start the second period. It's Davis, Jordan, Paxson, Sellers, and Grant for Chicago.
But this is the Knickerbockers' best trapping club.
Tucker, Walker, Strickland, Wilkins, and Green. Paxson is open at the top. Walker is guarding him. Charles Davis hits from the corner.
See, against the trapping, you'll get the corner jump shots, but the key is to take the ball to the basket and get the easy layups. You cannot stay perimeter because you're going to lose just taking the jump shot.
Sidney Green recovers. Bulls by 6. They had an 11-point lead, which the Knicks cut to 4 at the end of the period. They double-team Wilkins, leaving Green open. Good switch by Sellers. But the Knicks maintain possession. They're getting several second opportunities in this first half.
This unit is doing a very poor defensive board job for Chicago. All 5 guys must rebound because it's a small unit.
Tucker hits a 3, and Trent Tucker has his second 3-point basket. Now it's a 3-point game, and again the Bulls have to face the trap. Jordan out of Davis. Grant playing with 2 personal fouls. Goes up with a nice move to the hoop. First basket for Horace Grant. And he's going to be an outstanding power forward in this league.
Well, he's really made a big jump in his progress and his maturity towards that position this year.
Wilkins was open, missed from the corner. Paxson to Jordan. See you later. Jordan now with 9.
Eye contact. Michael Jordan gave Paxson eye contact that time. Beautiful.
Strickland. Now Green. And Davis missed Green. Or Sellers, whoever was matched up with him. And the Knicks come right back. Green, a former Chicago Bull, by the way, who also played with the Detroit Pistons. And you said this many times about inbounding a ball under the basket.
Do not take the ball out under the basket because you cannot throw a long lob pass.
I knew what you were going to say.
Oh, I'm telling you. Watch this nice lob to Michael. We missed it earlier because Michael gave good eye contact and gave the head to Paxson to give him a lob to the front of the rim.
Patrick Ewing and Johnny Newman check back in the New York lineup. Walker knocks the ball out of Jordan's hand. Right now, let's go to Tim Brandt quickly. Tim?
Dick, during that last timeout in between periods, Doug Collins was telling the Bulls, don't let that trap bother you. Get back in the rhythm. He thought they came out of that rhythm a little bit. He wants them to be more aggressive and playing off their heels, Dick.
Well, Cartwright lost that ball off his heels and a blocking foul called against John Paxson. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown along with Tim Brandt here at Chicago Stadium. The Bulls have led virtually all the way, but the Knicks hover around them, trail by 5. Timeout.
This is a machine designed to make travel easier.
American Airlines.
No problem. I can check on that for you, sir.
No trouble at all.
Right on time.
And these are its most important parts.
No problem at all, sir. No hay problema.
Don't worry, we'll get it there.
You're all set.
The men and women of American
I
Airlines,
can change that for you. No trouble.
You have a good flight.
committed to making your trip something special.
No problem at all. No problem. Glad we could help.
If you think there's not a nickel's worth of difference between Chevy S10 and Ford Ranger, check Chevy's longer, wider box. Or Chevy's warranty, covering hundreds of non-powertrain parts. 2 years longer than Ford's. In fact, there's over 20,000 nickels difference. Because this Chevy costs over $1,000 less. Plus choose another 15,000 nickels cash back. And you can take that to the bank.
That's today's Chevy truck.
Filtered, never heat pasteurized, Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth, real draft beer taste, the world is a very cool place. So tap into the cold. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
Chicago will face the New York Knickerbocker full court trap throughout this series, especially by the second units. On the inbounds pass, you must watch the rotation of the defense. They will immediately trap the ball, but away from the basketball, you will see as the inbound passer steps in, you will see the Knickerbockers rotate and pick up and deny. They will give you the cross-court passing. Chicago must go over the top of this trap in order to give themselves a 2-on-1 situation versus Patrick Ewing in the back.
So, Hubie, what does it mean for Chicago to face that trap?
Well, right now they're getting them just to take perimeter shots. When you are the Knicks, what you're trying to do is they're second in the league in forcing turnovers. They want to get you out of your half-court offense and play skelter basketball. That's to their advantage. They have more depth and they're quicker.
What about Helter to go along with the skelter?
Yeah, right.
Strickland got inside, missed the shot. Cartwright with the rebound. Paxson. Now Jordan. In heavy traffic, he had Ewing right over him. Grant follows up, gets the basket in the foul. Well, one thing's apparent. Grant and Pippen took a night off in game 2. They arrived today.
Well, they were lethargic on this bad shot. It's a bad percentage shot by Michael. But see, Horace Grant is active. He's 6'10". He's a slashing type of a rebounder. Excellent explosion off the floor, long arms, and then once he catches the basketball, he has excellent presence in putting it back off the glass.
Foul was on Kenny Walker. So Grant, who, by the way, missed the bus to practice prior to game 2, and that affected him throughout, is a different man today, and so is Scottie Pippen. Jordan leads Chicago with 9. And Oakley leads New York with 5, and a foul is called. It is against Kenny Walker, his second. So 2 quick ones by Walker. Oakley will return to the game, replacing Walker. Former Chicago Bull, who's a rebounding terror. A couple of years under Doug Collins. One of the key reasons the Knicks made the progress they did this year. Oakley deserves a lot of credit. Grant beat Oakley to the hoop, and Davis laid on a perfect pass. The Bulls' passing inside has been tremendous thus far.
Well, they're catching the cutter as he's open. In game 2, they were too late with the passes that equaled into turnovers.
22nd timeout called by Rick Pitino.
You'll see as they cuts over the screen by Cartwright. See, he's ahead, and the ball is ahead on the pass. Too many times when people cut and the guy is open, they throw the pass behind the cutter, and unfortunately, it enters into a turnover.
Well, is Michael Jordan better when he scores a bundle of points? There you see the Bulls record 9-9 when he gets 40 or more. When the other 4 starters are involved and get 70 or more, well, let's take a look at the difference between game 1 and game 2. That tells it all. And the fact is that Jordan doesn't have to be a hero every game as a scorer. If he sets everyone else up and gets them involved, the Bulls are tough. Wilkins, strong to the basket. Fine executed play by the Knicks, and the first points for Gerald Wilkins. He scored 18 points in the loss in game 1. This is how Jordan beat the trap. He dribbled around it. Gambling is Newman, and an advantage for Chicago, and the fouls. Charles Davis gets the basket.
See, that's what it's all about, Dick. If you don't have the open jump shot and you make that second pass, you will be able to attack the basket off the dribble and get the dunk, the easy layup. And then, because the Knicks are hustling to rotate, you have an opportunity of getting fouled.
Foul is on Wilkins, his first, and a 3-point play by Davis. The Knicks with 2 team fouls, the Bulls 1, if you're interested in that number, and an 11-point Chicago lead matches their biggest. The Knicks had shaved the 11-point lead down to 3. Strickland is fouled inside as both Jordan and Grant were there. Let's talk about Rod Strickland's season, UB, because he came in as a rookie following Mark Jackson's Rookie of the Year work at point guard, was a backup. Came out a year early and actually had some fine moments this year. And in game 1 set up Patrick Ewing very often.
Well, he is dynamite off the dribble. He's a scorer from outside and in. He can make the pass in traffic. And when Mark Jackson missed the 10 games because of surgery, he stepped in and the team played terrific.
38-28, a 10-point lead. That last foul was on Michael Jordan, his first.
See, the Knicks are doing an excellent job in denying, but Chicago is wearing them down a little bit and finding the free guys. But remember, no pressure yet. When you're a pressing and trapping coach, you're relying on a sudden surge.
Jordan. And you can say what you want about the Knicks' second unit. If Michael Jordan is in there with the second unit, somehow that trap is not quite as effective.
Somehow, yeah, it's like having 7 guys.
Grant, Jordan has 4 assists, and now Charles Davis has to be separated a bit. Dick Babetta.
Well, see, Davis has been around, and Newman is not going to run any baseline cuts without Charles Davis putting a forearm in his chest, and that's what happened down there. Newman took a little offense to that. Here it is on the baseline. There it is. See, Charles Davis is not going to let him run where he wants to run.
Davis goes to the bench to big cheers from the Chicago Stadium crowd, and Scottie Pippen is back. Ewing. Air ball.
See, Cartwright is doing an excellent job in pushing Ewing up the lane or off the lane. And for the basketball people, if you're a pivot man, you know what I mean. He will not let him set up where he wants to be.
Wilkins on Jordan. Jordan gets fouled. That's why Jordan's going to get his points one way or another. Hopefully, you want him to hit the outside shot, but when he goes in and goes to the line, he's something else.
See, it's a tough cover for anyone in basketball. Never mind, poor Gerald Wilkins here. You know you need the other people to come to you. When Michael is coming into that lane area, when the center Ewing comes out to trap, Cartwright or Corzine or Perdue must get to the front of the rim so he can give him the pass for the dunk.
He missed the free throw. Johnny Newman picked up the foul. Paxson goes out. He played well, and Hodges replaces him. Of course, Michael Jordan, you won't be able to tell, but wears North Carolina practice shorts underneath his game uniform every single game. They're dark blue, believe it or not Carolina blue, because he showed us yesterday.
Come on, hey, listen, I thought that every Carolina guy had a tattoo, Carolina over his heart.
He wears the practice shorts even during the game. Ewing will go to the line as he is fouled.
So I want to bring out a point here, and that is, if you notice, Ewing has not been able to get into the lane area from the left side facing the basket. They have sent him to the baseline to get his shot. Now, Patrick is a good shooter from there, but when he gets into the lane, more things happen.
Cartwright's first foul, and here's Patrick Ewing. Ewing led the Knicks with 23 points Thursday night, and that was the first time that he has led the Knicks in scoring in the playoffs. He did not have an especially strong series against Philadelphia.
Well, you know, he's one of the highest field goal percentage guys in the league at 57%. In the playoffs, he is only shooting 45% in the series.
1 out of 2. 41-29, Chicago. Grant passed back inside Cartwright, and they'll call the offensive foul. Tommy Nunez caught Cartwright's elbow in on the chest of Ewing, and that's the second personal against Bill Cartwright out of USF.
Well, Cartwright, any good low post guy hates to be penalized when a guy is leaning on you and you're clearing him off without taking him out of there with a punch with that forearm or elbow.
Newman looking inside to Ewing. Oakley with the offensive rebound. Tipped by Grant. That's what 6'10" will do for you inside. That's why they need him out there. Here's Jordan on the open floor for the moment. Hangs in the air and hits his first jumper of the game. 12 points for Jordan. And coming right back is Gerald Wilkins with a basket and a foul. So the Knicks didn't waste any time.
When you're playing the Knicks, you've got to get back quick in transition. And like Doug told us yesterday, stop the penetration of the dribble.
Schick, the official razor of the NBA, presents Close Shaves. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas play key roles in crunch time. With 17 seconds left, Thomas puts the Pistons ahead by 1. Bird drives past Rick Mahorn, but Dennis Rodman rejects the shot, and the loose ball is given to Detroit. Boston is on the brink of defeat.
And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in.
Attention, all men with noses. Schick brings you the Slim Twin disposable razor. Compare Slim Twin's narrow head to Gillette Good News. Slim Twin is 28% slimmer. No wonder men prefer Slim Twin over Good News. So for a close, comfortable shave, even in hard-to-reach places, get the Schick Slim Twin, already preferred by men who have noses.
Here's the outline of one head. And here's the other.
My. Oh.
Twins.
Michael Jordan wearing his Carolina pants under there. Well, we've got another story about Hodges. Craig Hodges wears a picture of his family in his shoe. This started during the Cleveland series. His oldest son said, hey, take me to Cleveland. He says, well, I can't do it physically. So he took a picture, put it in his shoe. They won the series. He's been wearing it ever since. Dick?
That's a great story, Timmy. And doesn't it affect the arch of your shoe to have that photograph in there, you know?
Well, he played a terrific series versus Cleveland. And, you know, he's really a wonderful fellow. Bill Cartwright said he is the inspirational guy in the huddles, on the bench, and he loves playing here in Chicago because he grew up in the city, played high school basketball here, is back amongst all of his friends. He's a wonderful young man.
One of his high school coaches was Steve Fisher, a name that no one ever talked about before the NCAA championships, but at the end everyone was, because he was the interim coach, now permanent coach of the Michigan Wolverines, the national champs.
Let's see what they do here against this half-court trap now.
The Bulls are 8 for 9 this period from the field. They are shooting the lights out. Cartwright finds Grant. Grant wasn't ready for it, and it's picked up and in by Pippen. But Grant was looking for the shot, but the Bulls score, and they're 9 out of 10 now from the field. Make it 9 out of 11. Gerald Wilkins, foray all alone, and snuck through by Ewing. 11-point lead by Chicago halfway through the second period. Jordan. Knicks have it with Jackson.
See, Cartwright was late getting to the front of the rim that time. That should have been a dunk.
Three-point attempt by Newman is off the rim. Knicks have their starting 5 in there right now, and so do the Chicago Bulls. Bulls led by 14. Knicks cut it, or 11, cut it to 3 before Chicago raised the lead again. They're going to call Newman for the foul, and that's the 4th team foul against the Knicks.
Very nice there, Jeff. Tommy Nunes had him holding on to his shirt, riding him.
Kiki Vandeweghe will replace Johnny Newman. So today, that great small forward advantage that the Knicks have enjoyed is not there at this point. Newman has yet to score, and Vandeweghe has scored 4.
Well, Vandeweghe's time is being increased. Between the two of them, they're averaging 36 a game in this series.
Grant. Off a screen, Craig Hodges. Only his second field goal. But Michael Jordan has gotten everyone in the act today, as Grant has 9, Pippen 10. Cartwright has 5, and don't forget Charles Davis with 7 off the bench. Ewing looking for Wilkins. Pippen blocks him. Wilkins. And now we'll have a foul against New York.
What I like that the Knicks are doing, Dick, every time that Ewing gets double teamed in the low post, they're taking the cutter from the opposite side of the floor and sending him right down the middle, and Patrick has been finding him. That's a credit to his game. He's trying not to force any shots.
Trent Tucker will replace Gerald Wilkins, who leaves with 2 personal fouls. He has scored 3 points. The Knicks are over the limit, so are the Bulls, and Craig Hodges will go to the line. Hodges has 6 3-point baskets already in this series, more than anyone else. So you need the experience in the playoffs. Hodges got it with Milwaukee. He was traded briefly to Phoenix. Happy to come back to his hometown, as you point out. And with a young team, when you have a veteran like Craig Hodges, that's got to be a big plus.
As long as the veteran talks up.
Which he does.
You're right. You do it by your play, but then you can very quietly give confidence to other players. And it's nice. Cartwright and a lot of the fellas really have great admiration for Hodges because he goes above and beyond, even though this is Michael Jordan's team.
You think he'll save this tape? Jordan on the steal. Knicks are back defensively. Hodges fires for 3. Timeout, Knicks. They're going wild.
To the man whose friendship knows no boundary. To men of dignity, courage, and valor. To everyday heroes everywhere. We offer our best. A beer smooth enough to be called a Miller.
Nothing but the best will do. Buy that man a Miller beer. The best comes shining through.
the dream. GMAC makes the dream yours. With either financing or smart lease, custom tailored to fit your budget. Right at your GM dealers.
The dreams of America, GMAC.
Car and Driver magazine said shut a door and you'll hear a solid thunk. They also said you won't find a buzz or a rattle. Now, doesn't that sound like your kind of car? The 1990 Geo Prism.
Geo.
And to make the new Geo Prism even more powerfully attractive, here's a special introductory offer. Get $400 cash back or new low 2.9% GMAC financing at select Chevrolet dealers now.
On our way back to Chicago, I'm James Brown in New York with a reminder that coming up on the Prudential at the half, we'll check in on the other NBA Conference Semifinal Series, and we'll also talk live with Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers as they continue their quest for a third straight NBA crown. And a note of interest for fans of the Chicago area. Illinois star Nick Anderson has announced that he'll pass up his senior year in college to enter the NBA draft. Now let's send you back to Chicago to Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown.
Hubie, what about the Los Angeles Lakers? You know, everyone said Utah's got a shot, Phoenix has a shot, they may end up playing Phoenix, and all of a sudden Pat Riley has got them playing on that level again.
Well, you must love the defense that they're playing. They're in a physical type of a series, and they are winning out in the physical end, the defensive end, and then Worthy is really on fire. And how about the bench play of Thompson and Woolridge last night?
Looking for a sweep tomorrow. Less than 4.5 to play in the opening 24 minutes. Ewing has trouble. 4 on the shot clock. Mark Jackson behind it. Tucker shoots and hits the three-point basket just as the 24-second buzzer shouts. And that's his third. He has 9 points, all threes. Knicks cut the Bulls' lead to 3 in the first minute of the second period when Michael Jordan was getting a rest. Since then, Michael Jordan has come back.
Trent Tucker tried to deny Michael. It comes to the lane. He went back door. Oh, what a pass.
The Bulls have outscored the Knicks 30-11 since the Knicks cut it close. And it's a celebration right now in Chicago Stadium. But Patrick Ewing comes back. He has 9 points. He and Tucker lead the Knicks scores. And 8 different Knicks have scored in the game. Here's that last play to Michael again.
Now watch, it's a back cut, and you'll see him come from behind. Beautiful pass and catch.
Jordan with 14 points. Charles Davis back in there now for Chicago. He has scored 7. Davis, Cartwright, and Pippen, along with Jordan and Hodges, 7 on the shot clock. Jordan has 2, and there it is. Oakley the rebound. Now the Knicks trying to chip away in the last 3 minutes of this period. Tucker, 3 for 3 from threes and misses his first from there. But Jackson keeps it alive. Ewing, pinball machine throw into Oakley. Tucker with another 3. Gone to the well a little too often, but that's what the Knicks do. And Oakley,
look out,
and Charles Davis have to be separated.
Well, that's because Oakley was over his back.
Technical foul has been called by Earl Strom.
You see the baseline fans that could see that, and Charles Davis, you see, when that shot came off, everyone is saying that Oakley came over his back. Doug Collins very frustrated right here because you must remember Charles Davis is giving away a lot of inches in this matchup.
Technical foul charged to Davis.
Let's look on the lower right-hand side here now. See, as Oakley moved Davis out of there.
It can't be a technical foul on Davis because Jordan is shooting. So that's not what the deal was. Jordan is on the free throw line to try a technical foul. Now it's on Oakley and Davis. So. And it's an unsportsmanlike conduct technical foul against Oakley on the slap on Davis after the shot came off the backboard.
Well, after he cleared him away and Davis stepped back in, Oakley is the one who initiated the contact at that time. But Davis has been involved in 2 baseline situations now in this corner. And, you know, he's trying to hustle and scrap. 1 minute he's playing small forward, next minute he's playing big forward. It's a lot of pressure on the guy.
Jordan steals the inbound pass. Off to the races. Matches their biggest lead of 18. Ewing trying to get the Knicks back. Jordan out of the pack. Pippen. No basket. Loose ball foul. Charged to Scottie Pippen. No basket. We're still waiting to see whether Davis was also charged with a technical foul.
On this miss, this is where the Bulls have been terrific today. You see Scottie Pippen following that up right there. They have done this on a number of layup situations and strong drives. Now, give Pippen his due. A coach is going to tell him, hey, Scottie, keep on hustling, baby. You're setting a fine example for the rest of this club.
Kiki Vandeweghe hits the free throw. Scottie Pippen now with his 3rd foul goes to the bench. Dave Corzine replaces him. So Corzine, Sellers, Davis with Jordan and Hodges for the Chicago Bulls. Initially, they had signaled a technical for Davis. He did not get one. Just the unsportsmanlike technical against Oakley.
See, with this group out on the floor, Dick, for Chicago, there is an awful lot of pressure on Michael Jordan to handle the basketball all the time. Hodges is not known as a good ball handler for a guard. And then up front, you have Davis, Corzine, and Sellers. So you really have a minus group here in regard to being clever off the dribble and making the pass.
Tucker's foul, and here's Jordan. Jordan has 17 points, 10 of them here in the 2nd period.
You know, during the year, Dick, he averaged 9 foul shot attempts a game, but in the playoffs, he's averaging over 11.
Which is what you expect playoff basketball to be. 18 for Jordan. Blistering shooting by the Bulls in this 2nd quarter, leading by 17 points. Vandeweghe from the corner. Jordan, now Tucker. Jackson fires for a 3 and hits. Mark Jackson with a 3-point basket. That's the 4th for the Knicks. Tucker has the other 3, and we have under 2 minutes to go in the half. But the trap has just not worked against Michael Jordan. They have 3 men on him. Finds Davis. Corzine on the trap, gives it up. And the Knicks have a 4-on-2 break. Oakley. Steps are called against Charles Oakley, and the Knicks had a 4-on-1 that they couldn't convert.
Well, you never tried to give a big man the basketball too early.
Oakley's got to give Davis some room. The 2 of them squared off very briefly. Nothing, no punches thrown moments ago.
See, Trent Tucker really does a nice job on Michael Jordan in denying him getting the basketball.
8 on the shot clock. Vandeweghe is giving Sellers room out on top. Off the screen, Hodges. No basket. And an offensive foul has been called against Corzine. Right now, let's go to Tim Brandt. Tim?
Dick, just before that last scuffle, in the timeout, Rick Pitino pulled his team together, and he was hot as I've seen him during the series. He directed most of his comments to Jackson, and he had Jackson really hot, wanted more emotion. The team came together. I don't think he wanted that technical, but they are playing now with more emotion.
All right, Tim, thank you. Vandeweghe can't connect. The Knicks are just not getting any inside scoring in this game, among other things. Jordan is tripped by Tucker and will go to the line and shoot 2.
See, if I'm Doug Collins, from now to the end, hey, listen, I want to run the clock down a little bit. Number 2, I want to make sure that we get good shots. Let's stop all this helter-skelter basketball right now.
Now he has an option of sending Jordan to the bench now. He's got a 14-point lead, and I know now you'll have a minute to go, so it may not matter.
Now, wait a second. Let's send him a note right now. Let's get that runner over here. See what he says.
What would you right now?
Well, it depends. He doesn't want to give possible a 2 or 3 possession turnover situation to the Knicks and give them a little run, which would give them, hey, high octane coming out at halftime.
Okay. You're the coach. Jordan now with 20 points and 6 assists, 60-44 with under a minute remaining in the first half. Ewing over Corzine, and he'll go to the line to shoot.
I just want to emphasize this again. See, when Ewing gets into the lane like that, that opens up the three-point shooters in the direction that he's going to. So if he's got the shot, fine. If he gets fouled, fine. If you trap him from there, he hits the three-point shooter. On the other side of the lane, if you send him to the baseline, the only thing he can do is shoot the basketball and put the ball in one area, the corner. So what you're trying to do is reduce percentages.
Pete Myers in the game, former Chicago Bull.
Yeah, Pete Myers has really done a nice job for them this year in the times that he's been on the floor.
One game the Knicks had, they were well down against the Portland Trailblazers, and he was on the court and brought them back from a big deficit to win. Jordan, basket counts, and another foul will send Jordan to the line again.
Hey, the guys in the playground love that one. That is the old give and go and get it back.
And fly.
That's right.
Give, go, and fly.
How about a little foot speed here? Jordan versus Jackson. Jordan versus Myers. Jordan versus Strickland.
22 points for Michael Jordan. Now 23. 16 points in the second quarter for Michael Jordan. The Knicks were down by 4 when the period started. Now it's a 17-point game. Jackson misses a 3. Jordan with another rebound.
Is there anything left? Is there anything left for this guy to do? Come on. Passing, defense, rebounding, scoring. My goodness.
22nd timeout by Doug Collins. Maybe to give Michael Jordan a rest as much as anything. Well, let's take a look at what's going on with the playoffs right now. The only teams who have won all their games thus far, coincidentally, are the Lakers and Pistons, a team that fought 7 games for the title a year ago. Home court has not meant as much in the playoffs as it did in the regular season. Michael Jordan is doing some magical things. He had a 50-point game against Cleveland in a losing cause and then scored 44 with a dramatic victory in game number 5. And Chambers the top rebounder. Keep in mind, last year the Bulls beat Cleveland in 5 and then were 1-1 against the Detroit Pistons in the first 2 games in Detroit, and then lost both home games to the Pistons, ultimately lost in 5, and that last year's disappointment looms on their mind.
And we're beaten by 22 and by 19 in the 2 games.
They can not play for the last shot. Differential of 4 seconds on the shot clock to game clock.
There it is.
Paxson, the 3. They just passed till they found the open man and beat the double team. 20-point lead, and it'll be Chicago's ball with 3 seconds to go.
Ball movement always negates excellent defensive rotations.
1 second. The Bulls hit 15 of 20 shots in the second period. 15 of 20. Amazing. And that's the end of the first half. Bulls 66, Knicks 46. James Brown will return with the Prudential at the half. Live from our New York studio after this message.
So, you've just waxed your car.
Welcome back to the continuing coverage on CBS Sports of the 1989 NBA playoffs. And after 1/2 of play in Game 3 of best of 7 with the teams all even, the Bulls lead by 20 over the Knicks 66-46. And the Bulls were sharp very early on, and the only run the Knicks made came with their second unit trap when Michael Jordan was on the bench. But he has done everything except sell popcorn, and he has set everyone up, particularly Pippen and Grant, who have a total of 21 points and 11 rebounds between them. They certainly have been a force today. What about the Knicks? Well, they haven't rebounded and they haven't shot. And a few moments ago, Hubie Brown talked with their head coach, Rick Pitino.
Ready? Rick, you're down big, but the Knicks are famous for their comebacks. What are the 2 focal points?
Well, we've got to rebound a little bit better. We've had some shots go in and out the entire half, right around the basket. We're not able to get our press on when that happens. We shot a very low percentage. I do think we can come back. It's going to be a fight if we do, because we've got to make up 20 points, which is a lot, UB. But I do think we're capable of coming back.
Right, well, good luck.
Thanks
a lot, Rick.
35% shooting, and very hard to come back. And Newman, who's had a fine series, 0 for 6. Not a factor at all in Chicago getting a lot of layups. Look at Michael Jordan, 15 points. That's a career playoff low. Already has 23 points in this game and is passing the ball a lot better. And the rebounds, a rebounding edge of 6, led by Scottie Pippen with 7. There are the high scores. Hubie Brown, how do the Knicks try to chip away from a 20-point deficit?
The guards must make some kind of a contribution here. Right now you have Wilkins and Jackson, and they're both struggling.
Cartwright is fouled by Oakley.
That was an excellent move by Cartwright to the basket. That's what we're saying. Anytime that you play against the trapping teams and you have that opportunity to get in and go for the dunk, you always take it strong. The toughest thing that a pressing team hates to see you do, okay, is to do that and get them in foul trouble in the easy high percentage.
The only player with 3 personal fouls is Scottie Pippen of the Bulls. Cartwright misses the first free throw.
But you got to make your foul shots, Dick. That's what that's all about.
He missed them both. Ewing the rebound. Knicks with Mark Jackson, Gerald Wilkins in the backcourt, Charles Oakley, Johnny Newman with the ball, and Patrick Ewing. Newman now 0 for 7 from the field. Keep in mind, came out, it was all right to play. Did not practice yesterday with the Knicks because of his sore left knee. Pippen from Jordan. Boy, the Bulls are cutting, and the guards are finding the cutters.
Well, what they're doing today, more so than in games 1 and 2, they're back cutting. By that I mean they're going away from the basketball, and as the Knicks players turn their heads, they're finding them with the lob passes.
Newman tries to bounce it in to Ewing, knocked away. Here's Jordan. Jordan for 3. The Knicks want a timeout. Here it is. Just marvel at this pass. Jordan has 26 points.
Give me one good reason why you chose the Eagle Premier Limited.
4-wheel disc brakes, leather-trimmed interior, air conditioning, power everything.
I only asked for one.
Take your pick.
Let me guess, you like Eagle Premier's European styling.
Right.
High-tech engine.
Right.
Transmission, suspension.
Right.
And you had to pay top dollar to get it.
Wrong.
Come take a flight of fantasy.
Welcome aboard Delta. Oh!
Fly Delta to the new Disney MGM Studios theme park at Walt Disney World, where you'll see how movies are made and be part of the action. Your road to stardom starts on Delta.
The last time Dorothy flew, she was in a house.
Let Delta and Disney make your fantasy come true.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Las Vegas, site of the greatest wrestling event in history, like a mania.
And here's the challenger, who drinks the lot because it's less filling, the Masked Marauder. And here's the champ, who drinks light because it tastes great, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Light-O-Mania, brought to you by America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite.
Jesse the Body Ventura is ready. Who is the Masked Marauder? And is he ready?
5 minutes.
Who is this guy?
The Suns have risen in the West. Now, can they outwar Mullen and the Warriors? The NBA playoffs. It's time to rock and roll.
And the SRO crowd here at Chicago Stadium enjoying a 25-point lead by the hometown Chicago Bulls as they try to take a 2-1 lead over the Knicks in the semifinal. Now, it's got to be very tough if you're the Bulls And all of a sudden, you see the Knick trap. You can't go there, you can't go there, can't go there. What happens to you? Oops, down you go. But how effective has it been thus far? Maybe not so effective.
Well, they only have 2 turnovers, Chicago. Now, this has been a major key. But anytime that coaches rely on the press, you play the game in peaks and valleys. Now, the Knick press has been in a valley up until now, but don't count them out because they have been able to come back throughout the entire season.
Ewing doubles with Cartwright and Jordan, and Patrick scores. He has 13 points. He is the Knicks' high scorer. He's been over 20 in the 2 previous games. That's why the trap is so tough. Michael Jordan thought Cartwright was going to cut to the hoop, but they beat the trap.
See, Michael anticipated. Cartwright didn't move.
Gerald Wilkins from Jackson. Gerald Wilkins. Now the Knicks pushing it up, trying to get men in open spaces on the floor. Jackson is on Pippen. See where the mismatch is. Newman is on Hodges. Newman now on Grant. 7 on the shot clock. Grant. Whistle. And traveling Horace Grant. Gilby, we made the point about Grant and Pippen. Right now they have 23 points between them and 13 rebounds. Very big factor. Newman lost the ball out of bounds, but it's still New York ball, last touched by Chicago.
Well, if I'm Doug Collins, I'm a little bit upset right now because my ball club is not seeing the easy opportunities in the first couple of minutes of this quarter. You want to bury them now. You do not want to give them hope.
Wilkins gives the Knicks a glimmer of hope. It's 71 to 52, 19-point lead, and oodles of time remaining. We're early here in the 3rd quarter.
See, the emphasis, Dick, is like we said, it's all on Michael Jordan. The pressure on him, not only to be Superman offensively, but also to handle the basketball, beat the traps, take them off the dribble, then make the key pass. Well, the other 4 guys, they've got to understand, please step up and accept the pass and score. That's where the pressure part is.
Tucker replaces Wilkins. Foul was on Wilkins, his 3rd. Jordan looking for help. Grant. Cartwright open in the baseline. Bill Cartwright now with 7 points in the game breaks a 6-0 string by the Knicks. Newman fires and misses on a 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan has 5 rebounds. Johnny Newman, just having an off game, is 0 for 8. Did not get off to a good start and hasn't found his rhythm. Grant. Jordan, here he is. The Bulls are just going after every loose ball with a vengeance. It is still Chicago ball out of sheer hustle.
And you know what's interesting is how many easy baskets the front line people have missed that they have taken underneath here.
It's true.
You see, Doug Collins wanted to do a couple of things today. Number 1, stop the Knicks off the dribble. And then number 2, every time they double team Michael Jordan, will the guys who are open in the mismatches get to the front of the rim and get it done?
You saw Newman go out, replaced by Kenny Walker. Jordan. This is the layup and Oakley the rebound. Newman averaging 21 a game in the first 2 games of the series has been scoreless. A big story for the New York Knicks this afternoon. Meanwhile, Mark Jackson is fouled in the paint. Well, you won't have to wait long before the drama unfolds in Game 4. We'll be with you tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, here at Chicago Stadium for the 4th game of this best-of-7 series. Chicago won the opener in overtime by 11. The Knicks ran away from Chicago in Game 2. Mark Jackson loses the ball momentarily. We'll have a jump ball. Jordan and somebody.
How about the laughter right there? It was like a fumble. or how about a rugby game? Look a little bit like rugby. Now, 23 is kind of being lackadaisical this half, isn't he? Right, huh? He wants everything. He wants every loose ball, every shot.
That's a great look, huh?
Yes, it is.
Oakley and Jordan jumping. They're going to jump it again. What did Jordan say yesterday about comments by Gerald Wilkins on his defense about taking our pride and honor? He says, I don't want pride. I don't want all that. I just want the ball for 48 minutes. Then you can have it back.
Yeah.
10-point lead by the Chicago Bulls with 8:20 to go, and the man with the ball is chiefly responsible. Michael Jordan has 26 points. Open man Hodges stepped on the line, would not have been a three, but Pippen gets the rebound. The Chicago Bulls are out-rebounding the New York Knicks to a fairly well, but a turnover will give it over to New York.
Excellent call by Dick Vivetta that time.
It's a foul.
When Pippen came off, he hooked him on the baseline with his left arm, and that is how he cleared a path to go underneath on that dribble.
And that's the fourth personal foul on Scottie Pippen. He'll sit down, and Charles Davis replaces him. Pippen has 14 points and 8 rebounds. Fine game for Scottie. Tucker, who hit 3 3-pointers, misses. There's Davis. And Davis wins the fight against 2 Knicks for the loose ball. And a foul against Chicago. And Horace Grant is enraged. Not to mention Charles Davis.
See, you're coaching right now, and you say to your ball club, listen, we're up big. Do not get frustrated. What you're seeing here is frustration because they are missing the easy layups, and then they feel they're not getting the call on the hit on the second and third shot.
Davis's third foul. Ewing is doubled. Question is, can the Knicks take advantage of Chicago's trouble? Ewing and Cartwright both hit the floor, and they'll call that against Bill Cartwright, his third foul.
Now just zero in here on Ewing and Cartwright once the pass goes out. Here it is right there. All that was is 2 guys getting tangled up that time, and then Cartwright bending the left arm as he goes down to the floor.
Kenny Walker will inbound, but the Knicks still trail by 21 on the scoreboard, where it pays off. 7:20 remaining in the third quarter.
See, the Knicks are scrambling to find an offensive force.
Ewing, basket counts and a foul, and I think Patrick has wanted the ball and has gone up with it when he's gotten it.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he wants the basketball, and he wants to bring him back. And I think it'd be smart to go to the side and wear out this matchup right here, because that's Cartwright's
fourth personal foul. The Knicks are on an 8-2 run, and a timeout called by Doug Collins. The Knicks are down by 19, but Cartwright is in foul trouble right now.
You know, some things in life are as inevitable as the tide. I always thought there really wasn't anything I could do about my hair loss, until I talked to my doctor. He diagnosed my problem. We talked about the treatment options. It's good to have the medical facts. And the fact is, there may be some hope for me.
See your doctor if you're concerned about hair loss.
I don't have any real established credit because I just got my first job. But I don't have any bad credit either. And that was good enough for my Carolina Ford dealer, because he helped put me in this Ford Escort for just $129 a month. It came with a long list of standard features and a 6-year, 60,000-mile warranty, all for just $129 a month. Want to own the Carolina's best-selling car? Well, it's easier than you think if you visit your Carolina Ford dealer.
In 5 seconds, tell us about the 4-wheel disc brakes on your Eagle Premier Limited.
Okay, I'm driving. A tree falls in the road. I'm getting closer and closer and closer.
Sir, you're going to have to stop.
My point exactly.
Give me one good reason why you chose the Eagle Premier Limited.
4-wheel disc brakes, leather-trimmed interior, air conditioning, power everything.
I only asked for one.
Take your pick.
Stockton, Hubie Brown, along with Tim Brand here at Chicago Stadium. The Knicks were down by 25, have cut the margin now to 19, forcing Doug Collins to call a timeout. Meanwhile, in the other Eastern Conference semifinal, the Pistons held serve, winning their 2 home games at the Palace. John Sally is really doing a tremendous job. In fact, all of the Detroit bench people are. Pistons just put the real clamp on you in that fourth quarter, don't they? And they've done it with Milwaukee. Later today, Phoenix and Golden State. It should be an exciting game in the West. Game 4 with Phoenix leading 2-1.
Well, in that Golden State, they're coming up with 2 key injuries. Larry Smith with a broken nose, and now Chris Mullen with a hip pointer. So that's going to really take its toll in this series, mainly because Phoenix is a beep-beep team. They're not playing half-court offense. They're playing 94-foot offense.
Dave Corzine is checked in, replacing Cartwright, who has 4 fouls. So Cartwright and Pippen each with 4. Those are the people that watch for the Bulls. They got into foul trouble in game 2, and they were taken out of their play. But they have a comfortable lead right now. There's the Knicks trap Jordan. Now head up. 8 on the shot clock. Now they triple team Jordan. Corzine, 3 seconds in trouble. Gets fouled. With 2 seconds they foul. There were 3 seconds left, and that's what Rick Pitino just told Charles Oakley. Foul though is on Walker, his 3rd. There's the scoring, and a lot more balanced than it may seem, Hubie.
No, I like the distribution of the ball, but right now, because the Knicks are in either a half-court trap or a full-court trap, the whole half so far, and it looks like it's going to be that way to the end, you cannot run any of your half-court sets. Now it becomes scramble basketball, total awareness, and get the ball to the free guy, the extra pass.
Corzine makes 1 free throw, 74-55. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Big story for the Knicks today, their lack of offense from the small forward position, which has served them so well. Ewing lost it out of bounds. Good double team by Chicago. Johnny Newman, 0 for 8, has not scored today, and Kiki Vandeweghe, who has played only briefly, has 6. And the Knicks trap has not been that effective. Now, nearly picked one off. Michael Jordan finds Horace Grant, and goaltending is called against Patrick Ewing. So Horace Grant gets the bucket. He now has 11.
Ewing thought he got that one on the way up. That was pretty close. I'll tell you, he came a long way for that.
You're right.
See, the guy that's got to get on track today also is Mark Jackson. Think about it. The only guard that's doing anything at all for the Knicks today is Trent Tucker from a scoring standpoint.
You're right. Jackson has only 5 points. Ewing, with a nice pretty shot, has 18 points, 7 in this 3rd quarter, so it's easy to see where the Knicks are going in their comeback attempt here in the 2nd half. Still down by 19, however. Just about halfway through this 3rd stanza. Jackson is all over Davis, takes him to the hole. Open is Hodgins, and Oakley the rebound. Charles Oakley now has 8 boards. Jackson has 5, 3 of them coming on a long-range home run. Again into Ewing, working on Corzine as it's stripped away by Jordan. Michael Jordan, that's twice now. They have effectively double-teamed Ewing in the low post.
It's Michael Jordan has been doing an excellent job coming from the top, not only double-teaming you, then getting back to his own man.
He's got 5 steals on top of everything else. Maybe he is selling popcorn. Corzine was held by Charles Oakley. That'll be the 4th team foul against New York. Here's Rod Strickland coming in the game, replacing Jackson. So an off game today by 2 important Knicks, Johnny Newman and Mark Jackson. Trying to trap Jordan. Lost it. It worked that time for the Knicks. And Jordan hacks Patrick Ewing. And they'll shoot him. That's the 15th foul. So the Bulls are in the penalty. Jordan picks up his 3rd, and Ewing will shoot 2.
Michael Jordan is a little uptight about that one because he's been doing an excellent job today in getting to the ball. Now, previous to that, when he lost the basketball, that's one of the very few times today that he has not passed immediately out of the trap.
Sidney Green has replaced Charles Oakley for the Knicks. Oakley has scored 5. Oakley has not been a big scorer in the playoffs, but he has rebounded over 11 a game, and he's not too far from that number here. Corzine gets Ewing's miss. The lead is 18 for the Chicago Bulls, winding down to 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Loose ball, Grant. Now Jordan kicked away, Chicago ball.
I tell you, rugby it might be. I don't know. We were watching them over
Right.
here.
Is this the Scottish League
Yeah,
or something?
right.
Pete Myers makes his second appearance for the Knicks. And Tucker goes out. What role does Myers give the Knicks at this point?
Well, it's strictly a defensive situation because he's so quick and he causes a lot of turnovers and is excellent in pushing the basketball in the open floor.
Ewing clobbered Jordan. That's only the second foul on Patrick Ewing, but the Knicks in the penalty, and Jordan will go to the line. He has been on the line a lot today, has hit 7 of 9 free throws.
What Rick Pitino is trying to do now, he's inserting a number of different combinations. He's trying to find the one group that can give them the major surge and get them back in this game before they get into the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Michael Jordan now has 5 points in this quarter, 28 in the game. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals.
The big test in this game is when Michael Jordan goes out for his rest at the end of this quarter.
Strickland misses a runner in the lane, the rebound by Jordan. But there's such enough of a pad of 20 points, it may not make that any difference. The Knicks are not that close to make it a difference when Jordan takes a breather. 4.5 to play. Davis lost it. Jordan saved it. Jordan. Rebound by Kenny Walker. Tucker and Strickland at guard. Green, Ewing, and Walker at forward for the Knicks. He'll use everybody. Tucker sets for a 3 and nails it. That's his 4th 3-point basket of the game, and he has 12 points.
Trent has been very solid today. All of the threes. Nothing has been rushed. He's really done a good job.
Ewing. Now I know it's rugby.
Well, you know, the fans want the college call. When you go to the floor, you roll over. It's a violation. In the NBA, that is not a violation.
But it's hustle. Grant and Ewing. Oakley back in for the Knicks. Now Patrick Ewing is out of the game, so the Knicks are going with a small lineup now of Sidney Green at center, Oakley and Walker at forward, along with Tucker and Strickland at guard. Ewing has 19 points to lead the Knicks.
This is an excellent pressing team.
Hodges for 2. Corzine with a timely offensive rebound. Pass behind Grant. And the Knicks have a 4-on-0, and it's Kenny Walker with the stuff shot. Jordan did everything in his power to try to keep the Knicks from getting a 4-on-0 break.
See, this is a typical Knickerbocker game. The game is played in peaks and valleys, and what you must do is not panic, pull yourself out, get yourself under control, and work through the middle here so that if you don't score, you get on the foul line. We haven't had any of that.
Jordan counts. And a foul. Goaltending is called. Give him the hoop, give him the foul, give him the building. Trent Tucker commits the foul, and Michael Jordan with 30 points. I guess we've seen the last of a 15-point game from Michael Jordan in the playoffs.
Now, you never say that. The second lowest amount of points he's ever scored in a playoff game were 19 versus Boston in 1986. And that came after he got 63 versus Boston. So you never know. Let's face it, Michael's on the top of his game.
He might get shut out tomorrow. But we won't go that far,
no.
right?
Wait a second here.
No, that's overdoing it. All right. 81 to 63 with 3:11 to go. 31 for Michael Jordan. He found the opening today against New York. Knicks trying to chip away, though.
They've done a good job off the dribble. They really have.
Tucker. Out of bounds. Nope, saved by Jordan. With under 3 minutes to go.
Doug is trying to get Michael to give up the ball so he can relax a little bit over on the side. You know, he's hoping Paxson will hang on to it. If he gets fouled, you got a good foul shooter.
Good passing by the Bulls. Corzine is open. Corzine.
Oh, no, you don't do that. You don't force things through. Anytime that you get a rebound at this time, if you're the Bulls, you back it out, you run some clock. You do not try to make the sensational play. Don't thread the needle.
Kiki Vandeweghe Back in, he has scored 6 points in the game. This is his first action in the third period. 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Paxson, a good man for the Bulls to have out there because he has good poise from that position.
Doesn't have the foot quickness, but the shot is there if he's open, and he's an excellent foul shooter.
6 on the shot clock. Paxson lost it. Will Perdue and Jack Haley, 2 big men. Perdue, by the way, played well in the losing cause when the game was nearly out of reach, but showed some flashes in game 2 at Madison Square Garden.
Well, if we would do all their games, Perdue would be a starter because he plays well every time we're around.
Traveling call against Rod Strickland. A year ago, he would have been a senior at DePaul, turned pro, now back in Chicago in the uniform of the Knicks, and made second-team All-Rookie this year. Rod Strickland.
Give Chicago their due. They're really forcing the Knicks to put the ball into their weak hand to dribble.
Absolutely.
They're taking away their strength.
Jordan. The Knicks would have been very happy to see Michael Jordan get any points from outside today, but he started in the interior game, driving the hoop, and he made a living going to the free throw line. That's what he's done to the tune of 31 points. There's Doug Collins, who you mentioned a couple of weeks ago made the NBA All-Star team 4 times. He had surgery 7 times before retiring.
People forget, you know, Doug was one of the real top scorers. He averaged 18 a game during his 8 years. He shot over 50%. You know, an Olympic player, he's been at every level, a major force.
Ewing goes out. He's been a tremendous force for the Knicks with 19 points. Oakley replaced him. Jordan will get a rest here. He's got to be a bit fatigued, I would think, at this point.
Well, now I'm Doug Collins. I have 1 minute and 34 seconds. This group that's out on the floor now must play these guys even from now down in there. Whatever you do, don't let them go for a run.
Oakley on the miss by Strickland, so the Knicks get 2 out of it. 81 to 66. Michael Jordan has played 32 minutes thus far in the game. So he's played
a little hand checking here.
10 on the shot clock. Sellers back to Grant. And the rebound by Davis, lost it to Tucker. Knicks didn't have a break, will set it up. Down by 15. Keep in mind, the Knicks at one time were down by 25. The Knicks crash the boards with Strickland, and he'll be called for the foul.
Loose ball foul, Rod Strickland, his first penalty.
When you're coaching right now, I don't think there's a coach out there when you're playing against a good team and you're up by 20. You'd rather almost have the game be close. It's amazing what it does to your stomach because you're saying, well, the game, please get over. No fouls, no timeouts. Let's get this game over with. Because every little run they make at you, you're going, oh, my. You know, we've got to regroup, get things together.
Sam Vincent is in the game for the first time. Is that right? I mean, that's, you know, a lot of fans would rather see a blowout.
I'm talking about coaching against a good team who has the threat, the caliber, the high octane that can possibly come back and put together a streak.
You couldn't take big leads when you coached. You hated them. Would you tell your team to get it down to 1 so I can really enjoy myself?
No, unless you can knock them out.
47 seconds and 13 on the shot clock. Kiki Vandeweghe misses outside. Rebound by Horace Grant. Tucker staying with Paxson. And the lead is 17.
Well, that was a beautiful move by Paxson. He shot that off the wrong foot as his momentum was really moving forward. That was beautiful.
There's the time remaining in the period. Chicago foul. Both teams in the penalty. And Sellers commits the foul. Strickland hit the floor hard and is helped up.
Strickland has a great talent of coming off the pick and roll situations, and once he gets in the lane, reading the situation well. You must play him because he's an excellent shooter, and then if you do double team him, he can deliver the pass.
Story of this game was the second quarter when the Chicago Bulls outscored the Knicks 42 to 26. 16 of them coming by the hand of Michael Jordan. For Mark Jackson, not a game to put into the clippings. Same for Johnny Newman to this point, as Tucker goes out, replaced by Pete Myers. 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. Knicks second unit still trapping. Jordan has gotten a rest here. Scored 31 and done everything asked of him. That's playing smart for the last shot.
That's smart. Back it out and work.
Vincent didn't have control when he went up for it, and now Strickland with 1 second to go does not get it off in time. The basket doesn't count. And that's the end of the third period. With the score, the Chicago Bulls 83, the New York Knicks 67. We'll return to Chicago Stadium after this message and a word from your local station.
You're looking sharp. You're looking good. You've come so far. And we know how to make the most of who you are. Father to son. It's what we've always done. Gillette.
The Gillette Atra Plus system with the Lubra Smooth strip for the best a man can get.
There's a tempting myth in business today. It's the siren song. Long-distance companies luring you with promises of huge savings over AT&T. But it's just a myth. Based on a 1-minute call, the average business call lasts far longer, making AT&T prices extremely competitive. So don't be seduced by myths. They're never what they seem. AT&T, call us. Find out how competitive our prices really are.
This is CBS.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, we're not talking about a Magna Carta here. Just try it. It is Royal Crown Cola, with a decidedly smooth cola taste, and it's fetching new pack.
It's great. And I like this cantaloupe.
Come on, say yes to the great taste of RC.
It's about time for the sun to shine. Caroline, it's 2.9.
Time for 2.9 or up to $1,500 cash back from your Carolina Olds dealers. 2.9. That's more than 9 points below GMAC's normal prime lending rate. Now your payments on a new Oldsmobile 98 Regency Brougham can be as much as $100 per month lower.
It's about time for the sun to shine. Caroline, it's 2.9 from the new generation of Olds.
Olds 98. Now save up to $100 a month on your monthly payments with 2.9 or get up to $1,500 cash back at your Carolina Olds dealers.
Kathy Foster and Alan Denton, weekends at 6 and 11 on Eyewitness News.
More than physical. More than physical. It's more than physical. So electrical. Almost
Yeah. NBA action, it's fantastic.
Welcome back to CBS Sports coverage of the 1989 NBA playoffs. Getting set for the start of the fourth quarter with the Bulls leading the Knicks, but there is a story going on outside. A fire trucks are there. Tim Brand is as well. Tim, what's going on?
Dick, we're on the Warren Avenue side of Chicago Stadium. The fire department has come, and it looks as if the marquee just outside the building over the doorways has caught on fire. Smoke is coming out of the top of it. We do not see any flames, but they're trying to break all the lights, get into the electricity, and find out exactly where it's coming from. It is clear from here, as I stand on Warren Avenue, that is coming out of the top of the marquee, but all we see right now is smoke. But that's dangerous with more than 17,000 fans inside.
All right, Tim, thank you very much, and we'll watch that story, a serious one indeed, enveloping outside. Oakley gets the basket inside, and the Knicks score the first hoop of the fourth quarter. Oakley, Wilkins, Vandeweghe, Green, and Jackson. This is the second oldest arena, by the way, in the NBA, next to Boston Garden. Paxson and Sam Vincent start out with Grant, Davis, and Pippen. Ball batted away, and it's going to be Chicago ball. Let's go again outside to Tim Brand. Timmy?
Dick, there are more fire trucks coming down the road. Right now, there are 4 trucks here. The security people, the marketing people, the public relations people of the Bulls are all outside right now trying to evaluate the damage and see how severe it is. The firemen now have gone up the ladder. They're on top of the marquee, and they're trying to break it up with great big sticks. We'll keep you updated.
All right, Tim, thank you. Capacity crowd, standing room only throng inside, unaware of what is transpiring on the Warren Street side of Chicago Stadium. They're trying to root the Bulls on to a victory in a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series over the Knicks, and they're in front 83-69 in the opening minutes of the 4th quarter. John Paxson runs into Vandeweghe. Good move by Paxson. Changed direction. Well, I tell you, he's not quick, but he's shifty, huh?
Well, he surprised Vandeweghe by shooting that because he was leaning the wrong way and came back. Very strong move by Paxson.
Knicks smelling a possible comeback and bringing Patrick Ewing off the bench. Jackson penetrating inside, draws the foul, and Mark will go to the line. We're at Chicago Stadium for games 3 and 4 of the NBA Eastern Semifinals between the Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, and Tim Brand, who's outside watching firemen tend to some smoke that has erupted in one of the marquees at Chicago Stadium. The word is that it apparently is under control, but we'll keep a watch. Jackson has only 5 points and 6 assists today. Misses his first free throw.
For as good a shooter as Mark Jackson is, and a guy who has won so many ball games for the Knicks with the last shot, he's only a 69% shooter over 82 games from the line.
And he's 0 for 2 this time. Rebound by Grant. Rick Pitino's going to have a little headache.
Well, he has a little headache. Doug Collins is a little uptight because Oakley took Cartwright right down onto the floor that time.
Jordan. And he'll call a foul.
You know, the advantage of having 3 referees is terrific. Both refs on a normal 2-man crew were so involved with that pass by Michael Jordan going out of bounds. They're worrying about, is he on the line, etc., and then the pass to the short side. But on the other side of the floor, the slot guy, Earl Strom, catches the pushing in the back.
It was Oakley's foul. Cartwright against Ewing. Mano-mano. Inside. Jordan with a short hook shot. Michael Jordan with 33 points. His first basket of the 4th quarter. 87-69. Tim Brand tells us from outside that everything is under control. The fire has been contained. Good job by the Chicago Fire Department. The question is, who's going to put out the Chicago Bulls fire? They've come out raging today, haven't they? From the get-go. 1 run by the Knicks was all, and that happened when Jordan went for a rest toward the latter stages of the 1st quarter.
They've been able to deflate the little run here because they're getting every loose ball in every call.
Jackson nearly tied up, scores anyway. Good play by Jackson. He has 7. Two and a half minutes elapsed here in the 4th quarter. Coming up next, Phoenix Golden State game 4 from Oakland Coliseum. Paxson throws it into the hands of Pitino out of bounds. Knicks ball. It's a 16-point game. And again, I got to tell you, the Knicks were once down by 25. They've got time to make a run. That's why Doug Collins wants to talk it over.
Just the key? Looks can be deceiving. This is Chrysler's Crystal Key. A key to everything. It unlocks New Yorker's V6, anti-lock brakes, the most advanced transmission, Ultra Drive, an abundance of rich Corinthian leather, and better owner care than even Rolls or Mercedes. New Yorker's Crystal Key gives you the one thing you always wanted. Everything.
Now get 0% financing or $300 to $2,000 cash back on new Chryslers.
Come on, behind you.
Hey, guys, got more pizza?
Let's go. Right.
Yeah, the usual from Pizza Hut.
All right.
Where should I put it?
Put it up. Go left, go right. No, go right. Don't just stand there, move with it.
Move!
Any game seems more exciting with Pizza Hut pizza. With tons of toppings and 2 layers of cheese, it's a real crowd pleaser.
Stop it. Pizza Hut, making it great.
This game summary is sponsored by Pizza Hut, making it great.
If the Bulls get shooting like that, they're in every game, no question about it. A magnificent performance for Michael Jordan, and the big second quarter by the Chicago Bulls has given him this pad. Meanwhile, coming up next, Phoenix and Golden State. The big question, Chris Mullin with the hip pointer and Larry Smith, who's been playing center with the broken nose and the mask possibility.
Well, it's interesting because Don Nelson will really be tested again. But he has been around for so long. He has played this team, Golden State, to its finest tune. He's extended everyone's potential to its maximum. But I just don't know if they have enough cannons today if Mullin cannot handle the basketball off the dribble. A hip pointer, very, very serious for anybody trying to dribble.
Knicks are down by 16. Trying to make a run at the Bulls here. They're going to need points from Jackson and Vandeweghe. And, of course, Ewing who leads them with 19. Ball knocked away. It's still Knicks ball with 11 seconds on the clock.
Isn't it interesting how many times today Jordan has been able to dislodge the ball from Ewing's hands?
Craig Hodges back in there. Wilkins is fouled by Scottie Pippen, and that's 5 on Pippen. Scottie Pippen had 8 big points in the first quarter and has done a terrific job off the boards. One more, though, and he's out of there.
Well, you know, it's interesting that they were slow coming with the substitution. I would go right at Scottie Pippen right now.
3-second violation, turns the ball over. Vandeweghe had an opportunity, but passed it inside.
It's the old story of recognizing a situation and taking advantage of it immediately. Rick is frustrated there because if they would have gotten the ball over, take him off the dribble, get the easy layup.
Charles Davis replacing Scottie Pippen. Bulls have 15 points off the bench today. 7 by Paxson, 7 by Davis. Five on the shot clock. Grant. Cartwright. Well executed, and they used virtually all of the clock.
Nice pass by Grant.
And the lead is 18 for the Bulls. They won all 3 games played between the teams at Chicago Stadium this year. Jordan on Vandeweghe's miss. 12 rebounds for Michael Jordan. Inside Davis. And there's Horace Grant on the follow-up.
See, the difference today is that the Knicks cannot rebound and get it out. The Bulls are keeping the ball alive 2-3 times.
Vandeweghe fouled going to the basket. Pippen and Grant have played big today for the Chicago Bulls after disappearing in Game 2. Sidney Green and Rod Strickland report. Jackson and Ewing go out with 7:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. There's the rebounding story, and whichever team has held the edge off the boards has won in this series. Chicago did the number in Game 1. The Knicks reversed it Thursday night, and now the Bulls have really been terrific off the glass, and that may be the chief focus if Chicago holds their lead and wins going into tomorrow's game.
Well, at the top of the show, we said Cartwright and Grant must play big against Ewing and Oakley, and we're seeing that today because you expect Michael Jordan to be able to do his thing and the Knicks' overall talent to be able to make their contribution.
Very well put. Cartwright. And the rebound by Sidney Green. That's true. Seven and a half to play. Strickland in the lane. Foul. Hubie, how much has the bench really been a factor after virtually 3 games of this series?
Well, in game 1, Chicago played such a perfect ball game by making all that perimeter shooting. Hodges, Pippen, and then Michael Jordan being sensational. In game 2, the New York bench dominated this game. They turned them over in all of the trapping, and then you had Vandeweghe and Strickland playing so big scoring-wise. So that was that was big. Now today, we are getting solid play off the bench by Charles Davis, by Paxson. Now, even though Sellers isn't doing much scoring, they're doing a nice job as a unit. That's what counts.
Here's the 2-on-1 with Michael Jordan and company. Strickland stepped on the line. By the way, Bill Cartwright is out of the game with 5 personal fouls. Corzine replaced him. So the Bulls have Pippen and Cartwright right now on the sidelines with 5 fouls. There's the story we were talking about. Johnny Newman, no points. Kiki Vandeweghe has 8. Of course, the foul trouble with the 2 Bulls won't mean anything the way this score is. How do you like that? How do you like that? A message from Michael.
The masked marauder drinks Miller Lite because it's less filling. I drink it because it tastes great, and Taste Great is gonna win. But you gotta help me unmask him. Don Pardo, the Cruz.
Well, Jesse, he's known for getting great seats.
He missed the tag.
For his golf swing. And for drinking America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite. Unmask him and win $10,000 instantly. Watch for details. Back to you, Jesse.
Who is this guy?
Oh, Sheila. That was all wrong. We belong together.
I know.
So let's get married.
Buy a big house.
Sure, we're gonna hit it big, kid. Stocks, bonds. We're on our way to Rainbow City.
In the movies, happy endings are easy. But in the real world, it takes solid planning. So for financial security, peace of mind, and finding the home of your dreams, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Murphy Brown sued for a fender bender.
We haven't been able to have sex since the accident.
Come on, $1.5 million?
You don't know, Bob.
Monday.
On our way back to Chicago, James Brown in New York with a reminder to stay tuned for our doubleheader game coming up next between Phoenix and Golden State. Greg Gummel is in Oakland and has a quick preview.
JB, the Oakland Coliseum slowly beginning to fill up. People here are pumped for this game, but is everybody pumped for it? Well, check out the locker room. Tom Chambers of the Phoenix Suns, not quite yet as he checks out the morning papers. 26 points and almost 12 rebounds a game. He's the one the Warriors will have to stop if they're to pull even in this series of 2 games apiece. Phoenix and Golden State up next. Right now, back to Chicago and Dick Stockton. (95-74) Bulls.
Cub fans, White Sox fans, Blackhawk fans, they went pretty far in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Great sports city, Chicago. But for the New York Knicks, Kiki Vandeweghe and Johnny Newman combined 1 of 14 from the field today.
Well, the reason why it's big is Newman has been shooting 50% in this series and Vandeweghe 82. So you know that the coaching staff is pleased with the small forward defensive play for the Chicago Bulls today, enforcing the long shots and not letting them get inside off the dribble.
Corzine goes out and Brad Sellers in for Chicago. Michael Jordan. Points for Michael Jordan, and his 13 rebounds are a career playoff high for Michael. So he has come back with a vengeance today.
New York has a small unit out there right now.
Wilkins spins his way and scores.
They're trying to do is give it their last shot. They're all out, pressure, trapping, and see if anything can happen. Do it with quickness.
Hodges gets by Strickland. Nearly halfway through this 4th quarter.
Smart basketball. Back it out and run the clock.
There's Jordan. 40 points for Michael Jordan. Tucker misses a three. Jordan, another rebound. 14. What a magnificent game.
You know, he's just gliding around today. You know, and everything he's doing, it's so sensational. The shots, the rebounding, the passing, his defensive play, double teaming, diving on the floor for loose balls. But just watch how he leaves his feet here. He has nothing, absolutely nothing, and he makes something out of it.
For McDonald's salads, Kathy.
Itchy girl.
And Iron Mike Ditka.
Big ox.
They come from separate worlds.
It's a man's world.
It's a human's world.
They want different things.
A good quarterback.
Okay.
But there's one thing they both love.
Golf.
No, McDonald's salads. Loaded with fresh vegetables for loads of taste. With 3 new McDonald's own dressings, like Tangy Caesar, Creamy Peppercorn, and reduced calorie red French.
After you, Mike.
Thanks. Nice girl.
Big ox.
Look at that cracking. Guess I used the wrong stain.
You didn't use Water Seal stain, the only stain with Thompson's Water Seal. It seals water out and protects against cracking.
With Water Seal stain, the next time won't be for a long time.
Thompson's Water Seal stain.
A revolutionary new power ratchet from Black & Decker versus an ordinary ratchet. Black & Decker's power ratchet is faster, easier, and cordless. The ordinary ratchet is, well, cordless. The new power ratchet, only from Black & Decker.
Beauty has its price. The Mercedes on the left and the Alante on the right both cost over $50,000. The car in the middle costs under $15,000. This is Chrysler LeBaron Turbo. And at that price, it may well be the most beautiful car in the world. LeBaron, beauty with a passion for driving.
Now get 0% financing or $300 to $2,000 cash back on LeBaron.
The Suns have risen in the West. Now, can they outwar Mullen and the Warriors? The NBA playoffs. It's time to rock and roll.
So NBA comes up next with the second half, and then tonight on CBS. Begins with Paradise, followed by Jesse Hawks. Then on West 57th, Selena Scott talks with Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne, in his first exclusive interview with American TV in over 5 years. That's all tonight on CBS. Well, we watched Rick Pitino during the timeout huddle and had very, very little to say.
Well, you got to remember, the Knicks are a team that scored 116 points a game over the season, and they're sitting on 76 right now. That is frustration.
Myers inside. Offense. Nope. Chicago foul. Davis shaken up a bit. Charles Davis. You know, this is not a very deep bench to begin with, and Davis has scored 7 points all in the first half, but has been very active. Appears to be shaken up on the bench.
What I like about Charles Davis's play, he's a veteran guy. He's been around. He's been on a number of good ball clubs, but he has played small forward as well as big forward today, and he's been giving a lot of inches away to Green and Oakley and guys of that caliber, and has done a terrific job.
6 rebounds. He led the team with 9 in a losing cause on Thursday. Well, the Knicks in the trap. 5.5 to play. 98-78. The Bulls lead by 20. They were up by 25 at one point. The Knicks cut 10 points off that margin before Chicago raised it again. Steal by Kenny Walker. Wilkins to Myers. Myers goes up and he's fouled. Hubie mentioned earlier how Pete Myers, who's the 12th man on the team, has been a spark for the Knicks in several comebacks this year. One game particularly in Portland we mentioned early when he was a catalyst for them.
Well, you know, the Knicks are a type of team that the way that they play and press and trap, and that people might forget Game 2 versus the Philadelphia 76ers at home, down 10, 2 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock, scored an next 11 points and steal that game. Now, I don't know if they can get that done here today. They're down 20 with 5 minutes to go, but you never count them out because they're that type of a ball club. And he will reach all the way down to his 12th guy to give him a shot in the arm.
And I think you said it best. If they play helter-skelter basketball and you start to lose your poise and start to rush, you can see the points come off in a hurry. Pippen, Sellers at the baseline. Grant, a new clock.
There you go. See, that's smart basketball. You know, see, Chicago has a lot of young players out on that floor now. You're talking Pippen, Grant, and Sellers. You know, that's a young group of guys.
Grant, good position. 15 points for Grant, along with 10 rebounds. He has come back with a very impressive game this afternoon. Wilkins shooting over Jordan. Jordan gets a piece of it. Here's Michael. Michael Jordan has 40 points. And Craig Hodges is in double figures.
See, Hodges was trying to hit Michael that time to thank him for that pass because he also had Sellers on the other side of the floor. Tough decision for Michael that time.
Tucker. And Walker grabbed Grant's shirt. And Kenny Walker with the foul. Jordan's going to go to the bench and get a big hand. At the conclusion of the game, Hubie Brown and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game. In conjunction with the award, Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $1,000 in the player's name to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. But the cheers are for Michael Jordan, who has scored 40 points, 15 rebounds, a career playoff high, 9 assists, just missed a triple-double by 1 assist. Under 4 minutes to play. The Bulls are going to take a 2-1 lead. Paxson. And it's going to be Bulls possession. Now in game 1, the Knicks had a 12-point lead and lost it down the stretch, and the Bulls dominated overtime. Chicago had foul trouble. The Knicks were sharp in game number 2, but equally as sharp, if not more, is the domination by the Bulls in this game today.
Excellent ball movement and big rebound.
Blocked by Myers. Vincent's shot is blocked. Here come the Knicks. Strickland. Walker and a foul. But this has been the most convincing win of any of the team's victories in the series.
Well, it's mainly because of this guy right here in our picture. Come on. I mean, his effort today, never mind the points, never mind the passing, okay? The fact that he took the pressure of the traps full court and dribbled and got the ball up the floor, and then his rebounding today was incredible.
Cheers are for Will Perdue. Hodges goes out. Will Perdue played the fewest minutes of any #1 draft pick in the league this year. Out of Vanderbilt.
Well, the other night in game 2, he really had himself a ball game. You know, he played limited time.
12 points in 11 minutes.
Yes, indeed, and he made nice plays. They're very high on him here because, A, he's a big body. Number 2, he has a soft touch. And then the key thing, they like his passing. They say he has great vision of the floor. You say, well, why don't they play him? Well, they have Cartwright and Corzine. There's only so many minutes.
Scottie Pippen misses, tipped in by Sellers. Brad Sellers with his first basket of the game. 104-80 the score. Jack Haley will be coming in for the Chicago Bulls. Walker misses. Myers. Foul. Hubie, we're going to play a back-to-back game tomorrow. Your thoughts on whether it helps one team or the other? How it affects certain teams?
Well, first of all, it's difficult for any teams to do this. That's number 1. Doug Collins is upset about it because he says the energy that Michael Jordan must put forth in a normal game, this is going to hurt him coming back tomorrow fresh. Number 2, Cartwright does not play well in back-to-back games for Chicago. And then he's afraid of the depth that New York has is from 1 through 10.
Now, the one thing he's got going is that he's home for these 2 games.
Correct. He's got that going for him. He's got the building. Plus, he's going to be ahead 2 games to 1. And the Knicks must come back and play big tomorrow. So, once again, you say, hey, if I'm the Knicks, I must get off to a good start tomorrow and get some of these front court people of Chicago in foul trouble like they did in game 2.
Will Perdue with a pass to Haley. There's that
that passing ability you talked about. Scottie Pippen out. He scored 12. And had 7 rebounds. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the Knicks trailing 106 to 82, and the Bulls will take a 2-1 lead. Strickland short with it. Rebound by Will Perdue. Sellers from the corner. The Knicks made one big run toward the end of the first quarter. They were down by 11. They trailed by 3, and then Chicago has kept them at arm's length and then some the rest of the way. Getting up by as much as 25 points. Strickland with the jumper.
See, there's a facet of the Chicago game that people sometimes bypass, and that is the fact that they are an excellent defensive team. They have no shot blocking, so the guys do it with positioning. They're a good defensive rebounding team, and then you have Michael Jordan, right up there in the top of the league in steals. So, they really have a nice combination.
Tucker gets credit for that tip-in. Michael Jordan tonight, 40 points. 16 of them in the second quarter, where the Bulls open it up with a 42-point period. These teams met last time in the playoffs 8 years ago. It was 2 out of 3 in those days, and the Bulls won 2 games to nothing. Vincent in the Sellers, knocked away Wilkins now. Winding down to a minute to go. Strickland. Quickly, let's go to Tim Brandt. Timmy.
Dick, Doug Collins just came down his bench and he told every player, hey, just walk off the court. Don't look at anybody, no motion, anything. Let's just walk off. We still have a lot of business ahead of us. Don't give anybody any motivation. Let's just get ready for tomorrow. So you'll see him just walk off without much emotion.
All right, Timmy. Wilkins misses a 3. .42 seconds remaining. Game 4 on everyone's mind right now. The Chicago Bulls still have that home court advantage. They did when they split in New York, and they've done it again here. And amazingly enough, this team that was an underdog against the Cleveland Cavaliers, UB, have never trailed in the playoffs in postseason.
When you're a playoff coach, you always tell your team it doesn't matter whether you lose by 1 or you lose by 40. It's only one game. You just got to block it out and come back here tomorrow, and let's try to play a better game, play to our potential, and really do the game plan.
And we have a foul with 9 seconds to go. The Knicks have scored 88 points, and that matches their lowest point total for the season.
It's tough for Rick Pitino, but this is what it's all about. Adjusting, getting your ball club to mature. It's only a 1-game loss. You have a chance to even the series tomorrow if you come back in and play a good basketball game.
Jack Haley, who's a big surfing whiz out of the West Coast. UCLA hits the free throw. So it'll be the Knicks will go to the drawing board to try to get even. And if they win tomorrow, they'll regain the home court advantage and make it a 2 out of 3 series.
You give the Bulls great credit for handling the traps as easily as they did. And then also the superb job of Michael Jordan. And then the tenacity of their defense.
Basket counts by Sam Vincent. Game is over, and the Chicago Bulls with a most convincing victory over the New York Knicks. Final score, the Bulls 111 and the New York Knicks 88. And that's Chris Collins, Doug Collins' son, who he hugs after every Chicago victory. He's the ball boy on this team.
Bulls player of the game with 1 block, 6 steals, 9 assists, 15 rebounds, and 40 points.
And our Miller Lite player of the game is Michael Jordan. To no one's surprise, 40 points, a career-high playoff, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, 6 steals. As brilliant a game as you'll see Michael Jordan play. And Light Beer is proud to present a check for $1,000 on behalf of Michael Jordan to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society.